It's a super cool view, right? You know what's even better about this view? Your cell phones work up here. But how would you like to be able to take that signal that you get way up here on the mountaintop, blast it down to your RV below, so you could stay at some of the best campgrounds in the world and still have the Wi-Fi you need? Hey, what's up? Nick from We Can Explore here with a segment that I like to call How We Do It. And this video is gonna be amazing because this video is gonna show you how you can come camping in spots like this, right? Super cool spots, which normally wouldn't have any internet. But now, I'm gonna show you how you can get internet just about anywhere.
How we do it.
All right, rewind back to 2015. We were out in Washington and there was a place that we stayed at called Solduke Hot Springs. And we were in a spot that had absolutely no internet at all. But down the road there was a spot that I could pick up some LTE with one of those little MiFi devices. So I would drive down the road, use the internet there, drive back to our camper, pretty much do this every day. And in my mind I was like, I wonder if I could create like a mobile unit that I could place somewhere and beam internet back to wherever we are. So that's where the idea came from. And there's been many spots where I've thought that this would probably work, but I never built the stuff to do it. Today I just did, and I got it working, and I want to show you what it is. So I had to improvise a little bit and use some of the things that I had with me while we're traveling, because we're kind of far from a store and some of this stuff I can't buy. So I needed a waterproof enclosure. So what I did is I took my spare LTE antenna, I pulled the guts out of it, right? And what I have left is a shell, and in this shell I'm going to put the Mophie and the battery. All right, so inside we have the wire. This is a Cat 5 wire, and I'll tell you more about this in a second. We have a Black & Decker lithium 20-volt battery. So I can charge them down here, bring them up, swap them out whenever I need to. And I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'm guessing it won't last a day. I'm guessing it'll last maybe a good portion of a day, maybe half a day. But that's yet to be seen because the amount of trees I gotta punch through, it's kind of significant. So it'll have to be kind of high-powered link. But I'm hoping that'll give me at least a few hours, and then I could just go back up the hill. If anything, I'll get a lot of good exercise from this. This unit here is a step-down converter. Brings it from about the 20 volts down to about 12 volts so that I could power our Mophie device. I have it hooked up on the primary side. And so the secondary I'm gonna leave off. So we got it hooked up with some power from the step-down device, and then I also have power injected into the Cat 5 cable. So this is for the network, and then it's injecting power into the cable, and this cable powers a Ubiquiti M900 NanoStation M900, 900 megahertz, okay? So the kind of power and frequency that you need to punch through this type of trees is low. These devices will punch through some trees. I don't know if it'll punch through this many trees, but it'll be worth a shot. Here's the cool part. I already got a link, okay? Look right there on my antenna. I have another one of these devices, which is what this one is pointing to. So right now you can see I got a full signal. So now all I should really have to do is bring this thing up the hill and attach it to a tree. A bunch of these cable ties, and I'll put them in a backpack and head up the hill, okay? Let's go. All right, so we were here yesterday and got a signal, so I know it'll work here. But look at this. That's pretty amazing, right? Check and see if our Mophie's getting it. All right, we're getting it. We're getting a signal right here. Let's bust it out. Okay, so here's the device.
The Mophie.
Mophie's in here. Now it was pointing down, so it's good. So we gotta point it up. I could hear everything jiggling around. Now we got 2 bars signal. This is good. All right, here we go. Look at that. 20, 19, 20 right here. And about 8, 9 upload. It's a good spot. Now the only problem with this is that people come up. This is an overlook. So the biggest risk to this whole setup, you're leaving some equipment behind. So we're gonna search for a spot a little bit off the trail, okay? Let's do a speed test right here to see what we get. Now we drop down to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all right, we'll go over here. Let's try it out. Right on this tree. All right, so we pretty much dropped to nothing right here. So we're gonna go back up top.
I say we do that tree.
Now here's the thing, okay? So our camper's on this side of the hill. So what we gotta do is try to figure out, because we need to be able to beam it down to our camper. So it'd be nice to stay on this side, but this is the overlook, right? So we gotta stay a little bit away from the overlook. So let's try over here. This, around these rocks. This is pretty thick. So shooting through this will be a challenge, but let's try it. All right, so holding it right here. Let's say I was to put it right in this tree.
I say you would need to cut down some branches.
No, can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting 12, 13, 14 right here. Okay? I'll strap this on too. If there's any device that can shoot through this much trees that a person, an actual consumer, can own, it would be this device right here.
Dallin, did you find Daddy?
Yep, she found me. Yep, it's got power and we got a link, which is good. I'm ready to go down the hill. All right, we're all set. We got the device in play. 2 bars on the bridge. We're very far up, right? We're super, super far up here. But we're gonna head down and then we're gonna do a little bit of tweaking on the bridge unit down there. See if we can get a little bit better signal. This is a rough spot here. We're gonna go straight down the gut like we came up. Whew, and almost fall. One thing I need to do when I get down there is I have to turn off the Wi-Fi up on the Mophie. That'll do 2 things. That will, number 1, save on power, so I don't have to have the Wi-Fi unit on in the Mophie since I'm using the bridge. And number 2, if people come up to the overlook, their phones won't register a Wi-Fi device. Right now, if you go up there, their phone might be like, bling, there's a Wi-Fi device. And then they'll say, oh, what is that? Nick Risen. Okay, we made it back. Now, here we go. So there's the device. It is pointing quite a ways up, and it might be pretty good. Let's see if we get some internet here.
How is it, Dad? Horrible?
All right, well, to the drawing board here. All right, bridge is working. I cannot reach the Mophie device. I might not have waited long enough to see it saying bad gateway, so we got to go back up. All right, let's go. Oh, I tell you about exercise. This is gonna be a good day of exercise going up and down this hill. Alright, we were having too much trouble trying to punch through all of the trees. So with these links, if you have trees that are really close to the device itself, it can really mess up the link. So what we're opting to do is not the best, but here's the overlook. The path is over there. Then I have it attached to this tree here, so you can kind of see it, but you know, is it a little risky? Yes. The risk is that someone will come up here and tamper with it. I won't leave it here overnight, but you know, someone might. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. But the risk is that someone will come up here and remove it. I don't know. If you came up here and you saw that on there, would you be like, yeah, I better take that home. Yeah, some people would. That's the risk. But this will probably work much better. So now I got 3 lights on there now. So that's a pretty strong connection. Okay, one of the best things with these Mophie devices is that you can do a band scan, and you can see what kind of bands there are out in the wild. So the main band is band 13, and that's the one that all of the Verizon devices will usually lock onto. If you get on that band, and I ran a speed test up here, and it was about 0.5 to 1 megabit per second. Then I ran a band scan using the Mophie. That picked up 2 other bands, band 2 and band 4, and when I ran scans on those were about 10 to 14 megs per second. So it's a significant increase in speed if you can see other bands and lock onto one of those. So I'm guessing that Verizon will lock most people's phones and things way out here on that band 13 and keep their speeds down, but we're able to lock onto that other band and then shoot the speed down the hill. And so now we're gonna go. I just verified with Tina that it is working, so we're gonna run down there. We're getting a pretty good signal through the M900. If you can see that third light is lit up right there. That means it's a pretty good signal. So we're gonna head straight down there and give it a test. All right, so let's go.
That's the part you have to run down.
We want to go in the creek. All right, let's test it out. Here we go. Hey.
Did it work?
Did it work?
Yep.
Yes, it works.
I haven't seen you all morning.
Ooh, that's good enough. Yeah, I'll take that speed any day. Look at that. Look at those upload speeds. Boom! Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine. Whew. Sure. First thing she says, can I check my emails? Of course. She was a great helper. Now the next test will be how long those batteries will last. With 2 devices up on the hill, the battery might be drained in a few hours, so we'll see. We'll keep it on it. But, well, hello, good morning. I am up at the mountaintop again. This time early in the morning. Not early, I guess it's 7 o'clock-ish or so. But I thought I would take a trip up because the internet stopped working in the middle of the night, which I kind of expected it. Didn't expect it to go a full 12 hours or so. But it's pretty amazing, right? Yeah, this place is pretty cool. Anyway, I was coming up because I wanted to swap out the battery, but last night when we were in town, we picked up some army green spray paint, and I thought that would be a great color to paint it so it doesn't stick out so much. We came up here yesterday to pick up the unit. It was on that tree right there, and you know, it's white, there's 2 pieces to it, and so people were looking at it and tapping at it, and I was like, you know, I should definitely move it away from that tree, so I did. But then I said, on top of that, I should paint it a color that will kind of blend in to nature, so if I ever have to put it out in the woods again, I can do that. So especially on like public land, if I put it on a tree, I don't want someone to mess with it or, you know, take it away. So I painted it green, and can you see it yet? Probably can barely see it, right? There it is right there. I spray painted it army green, but there's that device too. Much better blending in. So yesterday, as I was thinking about this and putting this together, I thought, how could I make it so that you could put something like this together pretty easily, so that you have this in your arsenal of tools when you're traveling, or maybe you're out backpacking or something, and you could use this. as I was thinking about how I use internet on the road, how I use, internet here and different places, RV parks, some with poor Wi-Fi, some with, essentially no Wi-Fi, different things like that. I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a modular system that you could use? So you buy one system, but then you have these pieces that can come apart so you can use them in different ways. Your LTE piece that you can either keep in your camper or put up on a mast and have it, pick up a signal, or use the bridging technology to move it to a place like up here where you can actually get a signal and then beam that signal back down. Using my experience from pulling in internet from all different places all around the United States and Canada, be able to put together a system that would allow you to do stuff like this really, really easily. So, hey, what's up? Nick here with just a quick live update. So this video that you just got through watching is essentially the inspiration that I got for creating my very own internet device. About a month or two ago, I jumped on my LTE tower video. At the end of that video, I let you know that we're embarking on this brand new adventure, an adventure of creating our very own product that I feel fits a huge need for a lot of people in the world. And I realized this as I was walking up that mountain. About halfway up, I got a great LTE signal, but then when I tried to use my phone, there was nothing there. And that's when I realized there were certain aspects of the LTE modems and things that we're using that just aren't working very well. And especially when we mix all together, we get a bunch of RVers together, we run into some huge problems. And I had that light bulb moment right there in this video that you just saw, and which led me to create this device here. As I mentioned before, I was going to be creating prototyping and doing a bunch of stuff, but this is one of the prototypes that I've landed on. This is one of the final devices. As you notice, it has that slanted configuration, just like the internet video that I did years ago. Just went through all kinds of antenna designs and figuring out what's the best way to reach the best signal that we possibly can. Where should we put this on our camper? How should we hook it up to the router? How should everything work? And I'm excited to be able to show you this today because this has been an amazing device. It's working super well. We're getting incredible speeds with it. But then I wanted to just show you that it's a part of a modular system. As I mentioned in the video, I thought it would be amazing if we could create a modular system that we could use with good antennas, but then when we needed to be able to reach out and use bigger antennas to pull in a signal from far away, and then also like when 5G comes, that we can just easily integrate it into the internet system. And that's what I'm excited to tell you about today. But as you can see, I'm standing here in front of the camper. I want to let you know that the boys and I are getting ready to embark on a trip. We're calling it our testing tour, and we're actually trying to figure out a good name for this tour. But essentially what we're going to do is we're hitting the road, going to some really popular spots to try out our system with a bunch of different providers, trying it out with antenna masts, with long range antennas, and kind of the whole mix. And I want to be able to take you along with me. And while we're on that tour, I'm going to tell you all about the technology behind it, why I landed on a few different things, all the problems that we have as travelers and those with cabins and everything, the things that we're running into, why we're not getting the best speeds, and how we're overcoming it with this device. So please join me. Please be sure, if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. We're going to hit the road, and I'm trying to figure out a good name for that tour. At first I was thinking the Full Bars Tour, right? But then I was like, probably sounds like the boys and I are hitting, gonna hit some bars or something. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. So let me know if you have a good idea for a name to use for this tour. If you can't tell, I'm super excited, right? But I'd love to have you come along with me. And if you have any questions on it, let me know. But please be sure to drop down there, drop below what you think a great name for this tour should be. Where do you think we should go? And if there's anything that you have specifically run into on the road that you would like us to test and show how this system and how this device can actually overcome the troubles that you had, all right? So really glad to have you here. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, if you just want to say hi, I'd love to say hi with you as well. Just drop it below. Thanks much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Ooh, that's good enough.